Hello, everyone! We've got another hero revamp for you today. Introducing the new Alice, Queen of Blood. With this revamp, Alice will no longer use mana. We've given her a passive that continuously damages nearby enemies while restoring her HP, making her even more of a threat in sustained combat. Queen of Blood, Alice. Passive, Crimson Blood Banquet. Alice's passive skill has been completely reworked. The new version now deals sustained damage and restores HP. When Alice's skills deal damage to minions, creeps, or enemy heroes, she gains 1 stack of Crimson. Upon reaching max stacks, Alice's passive will activate, dealing continuous damage to nearby enemies while restoring her HP. While the passive is active, hitting a creep or enemy hero with any skill will renew the passive's duration. First skill, Crimson Gleam, Scarlet Shadow. Alice's first skill still retains its original mechanics. The first part of her first skill, Crimson Gleam, launches a blood sphere in the target direction, dealing magic damage to all enemies in its path. This skill can be used again to cast Scarlet Shadow, causing Alice to blink to the location of the blood sphere. Second skill, Doom Waltz. Alice's second skill has been adjusted to synergize with her passive. Alice's second skill deals damage to enemies in the target area and slows them on hit. If her passive is active, she unleashes a second attack that deals additional damage while restoring her HP. Ultimate, Throne of Ruin. Alice's revamped ultimate now provides more AoE CC. When Alice uses her ultimate, she enters a channeling state and gains high damage reduction for the duration. Once the channeling completes, she unleashes a burst of AoE magic damage and immobilizes enemies hit. During the laning phase, use Alice's first skill to shoot her blood sphere at the enemy, then use the first skill again to blink on top of them. Follow up with her second skill to damage and slow the target, and stay close so her activated passive continues to deal damage. In teamfights, use Alice's first skill to blink into the enemy's back line, then follow up with her second skill to slow them, and unleash her ultimate for AoE magic damage and immobilizing. Once activated, Alice's passive skill grants her powerful sustained damage and self-healing, so stay close to enemies to keep refreshing the duration of its effect. Upgrade Alice's first skill at level 1, then prioritize leveling up her second skill, since it's her primary source of damage. While Alice is channeling her ultimate, she can use her first skill to reposition. Launch her blood sphere into the enemy with her first skill, then immediately activate her ultimate. While channeling, use the first skill again to blink to her blood sphere, bringing her ultimate on top of the enemy before they can react, and greatly boosting its effectiveness. For Jungler Alice, we recommend the Support Emblem with Agility, Seasoned Hunter, and Impure Rage talents. The Support Emblem's healing effect amplifies Alice's Blood Drain effect, while the cooldown reduction and movement speed will help her activate and maintain her passive, and Seasoned Hunter helps her with clearing creeps. Alice's sustained damage can easily trigger Impure Rage's effect, allowing her to consistently proc its percentage damage. Without mana, Alice will recover HP instead, adding to her survivability. For EXP lane Alice, we recommend the Tank Emblem with Agility, Festival of Blood, and Brave Smite talents. Festival of Blood and Brave Smite further amplify Alice's Blood Drain effect, maximizing her sustained combat potential. We recommend this equipment build for a Tank Alice, offering exceptional durability while maintaining her damage output. Clock of Destiny is Alice's core equipment, providing both damage and hybrid defense to greatly enhance her survivability. Grab Ice Queen Wand in the mid-game to slow targets with its effect so her passive can keep refreshing. Pick up Queen's Wings in the late game to enhance Alice's survivability and damage during late-game teamfights. We also recommend this damage-focused build for Alice. Fleeting Time can reset her ultimate cooldown during the mid-game, enabling more frequent uses for CC. Pick up Winter Crown in the late game to further enhance Alice's survivability. We recommend the Vengeance battle spell for Alice to boost her survivability and damage potential. Alice can also take Retribution for the jungler role. Her excellent sustained damage and mobility on her first skill make her an efficient jungler by speeding up rotations and ensuring last hits. Alice's built-in mobility in CC and her strong sustained combat capabilities make her effective against heroes lacking mobility and burst, such as Cecilion and Chang'e. Enemy tanks with low damage, high HP, and limited mobility, like Uranus and Bajia, also become batteries for her blood drain in sustained fights. Alice's passive requires her to be close to the enemy, making her vulnerable to high mobility and ranged heroes such as Hayabusa, Granger, and Obsidia. Heroes that can give movement speed buffs, like Angela, Zutin, and Rafaela, can help Alice stick to her targets after engaging. Alice's CC is somewhat unreliable in the early game, and she will struggle to keep her passive active, so avoid aggressive trading. Once Alice unlocks her ultimate at level 4, she will have access to strong AoE damage and CC, making her a pivotal force in small skirmishes over neutral objectives to secure early game advantages for her team. In mid to late game teamfights, Alice can bypass the enemy front line with her first skill and use her AoE damage and CC to eliminate the enemy's backline with her team. She can then use her slows and sustained damage to pin down and finish off the front line. Newly revamped Alice, the Queen of Blood, will be arriving September 17th. Get her for 30% off the first week. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.